We on.
Episode 11 of the Dumpster Fire Dialogues.
Yes. Welcome to episode 11.
Yep. Let's dig in.
It's like a bad Star Wars.
Scrolling
Yeah.
lame story.
This time on Star Wars.
Had a pretty sweet weekend.
Yeah?
We did a workshop with our buddy Sam Ferguson.
Yeah, that was fun.
Farm Bundle workshop.
It was good. It was good. I liked it.
You work in the lightest things that you need that in. What do you think of it?
It was good. It definitely, like, there are applications that I could see, like, just especially for, like, gaining access to the back. Like, if somebody, like, gets double unders,
Yeah.
and I can arm bundle them instead of doing something maybe, like, meaner.
Yeah.
Like, I like that he talked about safe takedowns, which is a huge thing in our area, especially if you wear a uniform. That's like a big deal. Like letting people protect their heads, safely taking them down so that they're not injured, and all around, like, using reasonable force. It's definitely, I just taught today, so it's like fresh on my mind. Like, not only did I take the seminar, but like I taught today, and I like had like conversations about like doing safe takedowns, like the ones we teach.
I'd say a lot of those fall into that real pretty safe, low risk. Very similar to what we showed in KCC, like low risk, high reward.
Yeah. And there are a lot of takedowns that are like low risk, high reward, and that's super important. Like, people think like, oh, if I'm in a self-defense situation, I could just bounce somebody's head off the concrete, and that's not necessarily true.
It may not be what you want to do either.
Yeah.
I mean, the good example is the drunk uncle.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to like concuss your family member? Like, if you needed to like control them.
Yeah, like,
There is a reason not to.
yeah. And that's some of the situations where your ability to expertly control somebody may be like your friends.
Yeah.
Like, everybody gets stupid, everybody gets drunk. It is what it is.
Bound to happen. Sometimes sing a little
Yeah.
too much karaoke.
Yeah.
The bikers don't like it.
A little bit too much brown liquor. Yeah.
Little pick-back shot.
Right.
Shit's gonna happen.
Like, but that's definitely one of those things where I think people forget that, like, some of the things you may run into are not just smash their face into the ground.
Yeah, we do like talk about high levels of violence. Like,
Yep.
there is the in between where like you maybe don't want to like kill or maim them or something.
Where I've seen, like, from the studying I've done, but also just like the incidents where I've had questions about my use of force, they were relatively low end. That's a lot of times the most questions come from the intermediary uses of force. Like, the most controversial takes come from like, oh, he like touched that person's center line with his knee. Okay.
And
it's because you have a completely untrained person watching this video,
yeah,
or you have a completely untrained person like evaluating the situation. So,
quarterbacking it.
I mean, if you're in a uniform, you're going to be subject to armchair quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like, you just are. Like, and it's not, as somebody in a leadership position, being trained is super important. I don't freak out about stuff, but I also recognize when somebody in the context of a situation is potentially using force that's beyond that which is reasonable in the situation. And that's very much like if you're in uniform, you work for the government type stuff. Yeah. I'm not talking about self-defense or personal defense, because that's even, honestly, it's even stricter in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a different rule set.
Yeah.
Same game, different rules.
Yeah, like, we've had situations where like third parties have gotten attacked at work, and they're like contractors that work outside the hospital, so like physically like outside the building, and they had somebody attack them that was having like mental health issues. The first couple things they did were perfectly fine. The person fell to the ground and they started kicking him. Like the person stopped.
Yeah.
The violence has ended.
Yeah.
You kicked him in the face 3 or 4 more times.
Don't kick.
And you weren't doing that before. Like, so it's like their actions had time to stop. They're like, oh, now they're on the ground, and they continued, or they picked up another action and continued it, which does take time to stop.
Yeah.
So it's like they stopped the initial violence that that person attacked them. They did something violent to defend themselves. Escalated down from that after the person hit the ground, and they're like, I'm going to continue to do a really violent thing that I wasn't doing before, and that takes time to stop. So they weren't like, oh, it's over, back out.
Yeah.
Which is a skill, but...
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, like, I totally understand the push past that and how private that is.
Yeah.
But a trained response is to stop. The job is done or whatever.
Yeah.
The thing is complete.
Even in a personal protection situation where you're not, you are a private citizen, like the expectation and kind of like the civil view of it is that you wouldn't continue.
Well, like even if you're defending yourself, I'd go back and cut their head off and be like,
right. Yeah.
trophy.
Like they're down, and I've seen people kick them while they're down.
Yeah.
And that wasn't an action they were taking before. They started that action once the person hit the ground because of another action they took. So it's like they were successfully violent. The person stopped, hit the ground because of strikes or something.
They continue to be.
And they were like, good. Wham, wham, wham. And you're like, you were okay, good, and you could have backed out.
I think it was just evolution.
Yeah.
There's judgment after.
Yeah.
Where it's like, was that justified?
Yeah, was that justified?
Between coaches, and then you're asked between everyone else in the course who was watching, and they're like, do you think that was justified? And you have to kind of realize what the hell actually happened and try to recall. It is really hard to do under stress.
It really is.
Especially if it escalates and you pull a gun or a knife and you're like, I don't know, and then I stabbed him 900 times. But yeah, also the skill to stop. It's massive.
And recognizing oh, this person's done, especially if there's a rapid response, there's a violent thing happening, you thought they pulled a gun, and then you're like, oh, now I need to stop. After you're 7 or 8 rounds into that 13 round mag.
Yeah. You need a mag change.
Yeah. It may.
You may.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's time to stop.
Yeah, it might be time to stop.
But I think that comes down to your training. All of it comes down to your training. You never trained to let off of anything. You're not going to know how. I think this is very good at that because there's spectrums to what you're doing, especially when it goes to blind breaks.
Yeah, or even chokes, chokes and breaks, when you are able to catch a release, especially depending on who you're training with. If they're newer and they don't really know, and you're like, I'm gonna do a heel hook on a white belt, yeah.
There's a two-sided thing. If you're gonna do those things, you have to know for them.
Yeah.
And you have to be responsible enough to let go.
Yep.
There's even some training instances recently that's someone isn't taking care of themselves, they're not going to take care of you.
Yeah.
That's pretty valuable training tool or training lesson or.
Yeah, what you're talking about, I know what you're talking about. It's somebody latched onto a very dangerous technique and is very good at that technique, and the other person, I don't know if I wouldn't say they didn't, it's not that they didn't respect it. It was just they thought their limit was there, and the other person who has a depth of experience that is well beyond everybody that was in our room was like, that's gross, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. And that's a humongous green flag as a training partner.
Yeah.
And a little bit of on the other side, it's a little bit like, hey,
Like, hey, bro, like, what are you doing? Like,
but you know, that can happen every day
yeah,
in a training room, and I've seen it happen. But even like, I'm an experienced person. If I feel like someone's rolling recklessly, like, tell them, like, yo, you gotta chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, not just gonna hurt yourself and me. Like,
Yeah.
Or, you know, anyone else in the room. Like, but, you know, we've been pretty good. Like, we've been pretty lucky with people.
Yeah.
People understand when you do tell them, chill the fuck out, because they realize, like, the shit is dangerous. Like, and that an arm can bend another way. It shouldn't perfectly.
That is.
We have like a couple newer guys that are like, you know, older, like football players, you know, like people who are not new to like physicality.
Right. Yeah.
They're new to the technique of jiu-jitsu. But
Yes.
a double leg is double leg.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like you double leg in football. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So, like, I think it's important to meet people like with the experiences they have in their life. So, like, at least relate certain things to what they're doing. It's like, you ever tackle your little brother? It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
You ever pin your little brother and pin his wrists? Like, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Version of that.
Tackle and grapple. Yeah.
One grapple. But I think a lot of it comes from just depth of experience. One, probably getting fucked up yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two, learning things that can fuck people up.
Yeah.
And three, not just turning around and fucking people up.
Yeah, that's
those tools. Like, and I speaking from experience, like I made some mistakes with like leg locks and stuff. Learning them, like I was definitely too overzealous and certain
like yeah.
On both, like I've injured myself. There's the first tournament I ever got out into, like after I was confident in leg locking, I like jammed on a fucking straight and I tensioned my entire lower body and popped my ankles, popped my knees, and popped both my hips, like all my entire lower body. I sprained my entire lower body pretty much, like trying to just tension on something. So I've hurt myself.
Yeah.
And then on almost the same turnaround, hurt other people doing it. I don't want to hurt opponents, but like,
yeah,
you know, it did happen. So, and I feel good about it.
That is an interesting like dichotomy. Like, you're like, oh, the first time I tried to successfully do something, I just busted my own shit.
Yeah.
Like I busted my own legs. It's like trying to like fuck somebody up, and then you're like you ripped somebody's ankle, and you're like, okay, I actually broke that. Like
yeah, it doesn't feel good.
No, yeah.
Someone's like joint crumples in your hands. It doesn't.
No,
it's not a fun thing. I think like psychos enjoy it, but like other than that, it's like no one likes it.
Yeah, I know that Sean says that every time he has broken somebody because they wouldn't tap, or like he like it came on fast and they didn't tap, like he vomits every time, and he just has to hold it because if you vomit on the mat, that's DQ.
Yeah. No, it's terrible. Like it, there's nothing to it that's like
you're like, oh yeah,
you're like, no, it's almost like you like kill him. You're like
yeah,
like it is like a retching thing.
Yeah,
because you know, like again, like if you've been in the flip flop of the situation, you're like, because you're fucking injured and shocked and fucked.
Right.
So
yeah, rightfully so. It should send the person who has done it like almost into like a shock state.
Yeah, and that's like when you see someone like Lyoto Machida when he flash knocks the dog shit out of someone.
Yeah,
he like bows and respects. And he's not like whoa. He's just like, oh fuck, I got it.
Like, all right, I got a little
thing. Respects, you know. But I think you see that in jiu-jitsu sometimes. Other times you see the whoa.
Yeah.
In MMA you see the woo.
The woo, yeah.
Which is the sport, so
or the twerking, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. Cameras on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that UFC card recently. I don't personally think that the Russian guy did enough to take Pereira's belt.
Okay.
He did a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't think he did enough to take the belt.
I didn't watch it, so I'm like at a loss on that one.
I'll have to show you the highlights. But
yeah.
It wasn't a boring fight by any means, I don't think. I think Alex Pereira took more on his back foot, which I think people were talking about, and like the way he was moving was not the the way he moves usually. Like he usually stalks people and like cuts
Yeah.
everything. He's kind of like hanging out on the back a little bit.
Interesting.
I was curious if he was like injured or something.
Maybe. Because a lot of times I know they don't like advertise their injuries or anything like that because they don't want.
Like he would be like the last person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because of the way he is. But kind of curious to see he wasn't stalking the same way.
Mm-hmm.
But he stuffed like 11 takedowns. Like he actually got like a little tie dump at the end of one of the rounds.
Yeah.
Didn't really count because it was like right at the bell. Like he technically was like 1-0 on takedowns, and the Russian who had good wrestling and stuff was 0-11. So, and like that was everyone's thing, was that he was getting taken down, ground out.
Yeah. He's going to get that in the
like,
wall.
I think he should get a little more credit for defending the takedowns the way he did.
For sure. Yeah.
Maybe he didn't strike the way he usually does or whatever. He was doing a lot of calf kicks early on that I think he was hoping would do more damage or something. Again, that kind of makes me think he was injured. He's playing a lot of like low stuff, where usually he'll like play a little bit low and then snap to your body, snap to your head, and like fuck around with ranges and shit like that.
Okay.
Different targets. He wasn't doing that as much. So I don't know. Just speculation.
Interesting. Yeah. I do want to see it now. I didn't get to watch that yet.
I really like when like pure kickboxers do well.
Yeah.
See, his like kickboxing and Muay Thai was my first like martial love.
Yeah.
So like, anytime a pure striker is like
Does well.
and knocking the shit out of people,
Yeah.
I'll definitely enjoy it. You're a Crow Cop, like
Mm-hmm.
pure kickboxers that would dog shit out of people. I enjoyed. Race, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Umbrella. And then Justin Gaethje fought. Fiziev.
Okay. I was gonna say I'm done.
Fiziev, I think.
Yeah.
But that dude I think it was almost like 2 years off.
Oh.
Came back and had like a pretty gnarly fight with Justin Gaethje. And Justin Gaethje won the decision. But like, that dude, the other guy could fight.
He like took it to him. Yeah.
Like, and especially after like a 2-year layoff. Like,
Yeah.
come out, have a fight like that with Gaethje.
Really. Gaethje's a beast too. Yeah.
That Zapatero event was last weekend or something.
Yeah.
100K event.
Oof.
DeAndre Forbay took it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. I did watch some of those highlights.
That's the eco guys.
Yeah.
Taking 100K. That's 100,000 reasons to train eco. His brother, him and his brother both were in the bracket, and they did really well.
Yeah, the Corby brothers. Yeah.
A few other guys who do eco were in it and did well. So.
Yeah. Like you and I've talked about, it needs to be a mix, but like there's certain things that like I definitely have benefited from games more than just do this. Because you're not telling me like how it works for my body. You're just showing me like a problem, right. And then you're like, solve it.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, you're kind of doing this like a little weird. Fix that. Like there is coaching in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not just like devoid of coaching. And I think that's like the misnomer is like that there's not like some kind of correction. It's just like they think it's like I won't spank my kids. Like that's not what it is. Like like
no, it's like it just creates different cues.
Yeah.
Does. Like
yeah.
And again, there's definitely time to static drill and like understand the technique and things, and then there's time to put it against resistance, and then there's time to pressure test it. And there's time to take it live. And, again, it just scales a lot, and it's just another part of the scale that I think is garnering a little attention.
Well, and that's the other thing too. Like we've like inside the context of like the gym, like I've cross-trained sometimes at gyms that still like static drill, like what you said, there's nothing wrong with. But like also like when it comes to rolling, I'm not as tired. Like I'm not as like fatigued across like rolls because like our practice is harder than like some people roll. Yeah. And not like I'm saying like we like take each other's heads. Like no, not at all.
It's literally a time efficiency thing. Get way done.
Yeah.
Live and like resistance.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like, again, that alone is a constraint that you have to play with. Like, we have hour time slots. Like, I'd love a 90-minute time slot, and I do have them sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
So it's like, okay, I do have 90-minute time slots. I do what I do with those.
Right, yeah.
So we have a lunch class. It's like, it doesn't really, certain days, like, it doesn't make sense to have a 90-minute slot. Or
yeah.
People just can't stay that.
No, exactly.
But they can still get a fucking gnarly session of games and great workout. And like,
well, the other thing too is that it helps you as an instructor not have to like live there. Like it's like this ends and you're like I have to go have a life too.
They all that I think that's something we do very well.
You do, yeah, you trust me. Like that's something I've like noticed. Like
totally down to have a chill and socialize, but at a certain time, like we gotta go fuck.
Like you're like I have other things I have to do that earn me money. Like I have to go do that. Like like I gotta go pay my rent. Sorry, bye. Like
it's like I love hanging and chatting.
Yeah.
When I can, I will. I can't always do it.
Correct. Yeah, and that's like the like ability to like come in over an hour or sometimes 90 minutes, or like if it's like an open mat where there's like flexibility and like just like open roles, but like people have questions and
they might have 4 different black belts to ask.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it's not just
me.
You're not sitting there anymore like it's just me.
Right.
Like you're like no, like I've got people that are willing to answer. They're on their lunch break sometimes, like literally coming in to catch like maybe a half hour of rolls at lunch and then go train later at another gym they go to. And it's like, but they're always willing to like sacrifice time, which is,
I think that's like,
I
don't know, a good high belt or, whatever, but like,
yeah, it is for sure.
The mark of an experienced person. Someone who's responsible that wants to get back to what they're actually taking a lot from, Because people like jiu-jitsu is very selfish, like in a big picture way, like on a lot of fronts, like in a lot of people's fronts. But again, like it's just you and some other guy, like
like
so. And then like you want to be better than that guy, so you want to figure it out and try really hard, and it takes a lot of time to do that.
And you do want to be better, but like also like having partners who are willing to like stay and like fuck around and like. And I think like the high belts that are attracted to like our school are like, oh, like I want to be a good training partner like everybody else here. And they see that people want to be good training partners, like even at a lower belt. Yep. And they're like, oh, cool.
That I think we're really good at.
Like,
people are like concerned for other people's well-being. Like, I don't know, if you get injured or something, I'm like, I'm going to check on them. 4 other people are going to check on them. Like, they're not going to be like, those guys fucked me up and then just left me to the trash. Like,
didn't give me any way to rehab, didn't talk to me.
A lot of times people get like an ankle sprain. I'm like, oh, I fucking 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Help you with this. I'll roll with you. I don't want to roll with other people. Like, shit like that, like to make it accommodating. And like I try to be like where my feet are at the time. So if I'm at the gym, it's gym time. We're doing gym stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, gym stuff does have to end. You have to go do other stuff to refresh and then come back for gym time because it's another training session.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like my thing is like ideally things won't end, like training won't end and all these things. There's not like there's always a timeline to things and like goals and shit like that, but within the whole scheme of things, like this is what we're doing. I'll be there. I mean, snow, sleet, what fucking rain, whatever. Power's off. I'll break it. I've done it all.
Yeah.
I intercepted the guy cutting off the power. And I'm like, 1 more hour.
Like this is like we gotta do this, and they're like,
some guy's gonna pay you in like 3 days. Like,
it'll be okay.
Some Russian guy comes in and is like, give me money. I'm like, I don't fucking know, dude. I just work today. So, you name it.
Speaking of fucking training, I know your forearms are toast from this morning.
Yes.
Yeah, we did a workout named in honor of one of the owners of the gym, Aaron, his grandfather, Guido. Not the derogatory term. Calm down, everybody.
Nickname.
But the nickname, and like, my forearms are toast. Good workout though.
21 tire flips, 21 push presses, 21 burpees, 15 tire flips, 15 push presses,
Yeah.
burpees, 9. So
Yeah. It's the descending number.
It's gnarly.
It's gnarly.
We were flipping a 240-pound tire.
Which isn't it, like, it isn't as bad as it sounds. And I'm not like some super freak strong dude, like, at all.
Yeah, no, there's like techniques to it.
Yeah.
I just gave like a 2-second tutorial and he did fine.
Yeah. That's
I was like, you just pop it like this, and you're like, okay.
okay. Yeah. I'm weird. I know. I had flipped a tire literally one time before that because Aaron looked at me and like, you've never flipped a tire, and I was like, no. And you're like, you'll be fine. And I was like, okay. This is like the first year I joined the gym, and I flipped it once, and that's the only other time I flipped a tire. So I did a lot of them today.
A billion times today.
Yeah, I did it. I did it a lot today. And the only thing it did is, I would say, like what, like right here.
Yeah.
Like in this area, like my grip is toast.
That
But
would happen anyway.
yeah.
You'd be ripped, and tire flips will still get you guys.
Yeah.
There's always going to be those exercises that get your ass.
That is very true.
Burpees always come on. I don't care how fucking in shape you are.
Yeah, especially when you're doing.
Some burpees on the board, you're going to be like,
Well, and that's the other thing too, is it all depends on what you're doing with those burpees.
yeah.
There was one time before I was like in the shape that I'm in now, which is much better than it has been in years.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just going to do burpees for 3 hours and see how many I can do. Don't do that. That's dumb. It's really dumb. You'll be in pain. Yeah.
Something bad will happen to you.
You'll be sore. Like the sorest I've been in a long time.
Yeah. I'm not too fried up from it, but I definitely feel it. I rolled at noon, and I was trying to grip. There's some strong motherfuckers in there, too. So I was like, God. I used my neck instead, and now I can't lip lift.
Which also happens.
Yeah. I did. I love the iron neck, but like if I take time off, use it again, and then I roll, I almost always routinely re-kink my shit up.
Yeah.
Be careful about when I do it, because it loosens shit up. Then I go and roll, and it's like crunch my shit again,
Yeah.
and off the first one double leg, and I'm like, all right, fuck me. So I have to rearrange when I use it, but
Yeah.
because it does really well, and it does loosen shit up. But it's like I need the tension for a little bit longer.
Yeah, you need to you need to do like they're gonna stop that pole.
Yeah. Pause really quick.
Yeah.
Kentucky.
We're back.
Kentucky's off. Their internet's dead, but it's come.
Hold on. Let me see what's wrong.
Technical difficulty. I grab my other tea on this table.
You want to point out this screen's black, but it's recording. Check. Yeah. Oh, there it is. It's back. It's just being laggy. Hello.
Hey, good.
Yeah, we're good.
Sweet. What were we talking? New consciousness. Oh yeah, tire flips.
Tire flips, yeah.
Hurts.
You can, yes.
Yeah, I enjoy it though.
No, it's good. Like for something like a skill that I've never done, like the whole like working on that side of the gym is like opening up to exercises that I either haven't done in a long time or exercises I've never done. So
Yeah, you get a lot of varied stuff on that side for sure. It's fun.
yeah.
They have every implement. So.
Yeah, really there is no shortage of like cool stuff like to like experiment with, like build strength with, like all that stuff. And it's like you pretty forgiving like for most things, you know, like you're not locked into one like you have to do this much weight. Like,
no. There's like levels to everything.
Yeah.
I think it's very scalable.
There has to be too.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Well, like even today, like the press, like it's scaled at 95, and I was just like, haven't done like repetitive push presses since I separated my shoulder. Think I'll go to level 2.
yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
it was adequate, yet not destroying my fucking shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and also like for somebody like me, like I've done push presses with kettlebells, not completely, but very different. Like, especially when you're like, yeah, like the strict like barbell is like very different. And I also just haven't worked out like that pace like in years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that used to be like the pace I exclusively would. Any strength conditioning session was like,
yeah, I want to kill myself. Yeah.
fairly used to that shit. That like those workouts, I'm like, oh, nice. Like, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Don't have some retard over top of me screaming with a whistle. Like, so that was pretty chill.
I was gonna say shout out to Jensen. She's an awesome coach.
Yeah. Yeah, very chill at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Nice.
And she's a PT, so she's just like, don't hurt yourself. Don't do that. Yeah.
She's like, if you do, I'll help you.
Yeah. She's like, I'll fix you.
But I think obviously like our coaches are good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm biased, but at the same time, because I am one, and I'm self-deprecating, but I think all of our other coaches are great. So
No, really. Like I don't think that I've run into a single person there that I'm like, ugh. And I have a pretty strong sense of like people that teach. Like if you turn on some douchey.
a few people.
What's up?
I could think of a few people. I'd give you the ick factor. I don't know if you met them or not, but I could think of a few. I'll name them.
Not at our gym, but I know what you mean. Like, yeah, I'm sure if we threw some, like, this is not that kind of podcast. That's not what we're here for. But
Yeah, this is positive space.
yeah,
Fuck some people.
yeah. No, I mean, like, I know who they are, or I've encountered people like that, and it's definitely like, all right.
Even at like high levels, like expertise doesn't equal great coaching.
No.
Like a lot of reps ripping people out of a car doesn't make you that. But certain people have gone through highly developed stages of development for courses like that and know exactly how to do it in different stages for different people.
Yeah.
Right. Based on experience. But then they know how to coach too.
And that's something that, so one of the things that I say to people that I teach at work, I introduce myself, I give my like, certifications and stuff like that. Inevitably, I intentionally kind of leave out that I train outside of, and I just tell them like, if anybody as an instructor ever tells you they have all the answers, they're full of shit. And you should get the fuck away from them.
They never say it depends. What the fuck?
Yeah. That's true. And I think the people that I associate with, like, largely hit people with, it depends, or it'll change, or it'll vary upon the situation. Like,
it's the same thing as anyone who's like spent time at night and things will find wrestling.
Yeah.
Anyone who spent time doing that will find that.
Yeah, it's like Doherty says, like, I don't remember the exact way he says it, but like there's always a convergence. And then it converges back to a similar thing. It's usually wrestling.
It's probably been around for a while.
Yeah, there's a reason it comes back to like people laugh at like Greco and like other styles of wrestling, but there's a reason it's a refined high level sport, because it has value. Like those basic ideas of like inside control.
Well, like take the Olympics, for instance. Like, you see quite a few like boring matches that are a lot of hand fighting and a lot of this and the neutralization. Like, people don't realize how fucking technical they neutralizing like that is, first of all. And then if you do see some sort of like big throw or like big maneuver, it's because someone did something right, obviously. Somebody did something wrong. They capitalized.
I was about to say somebody either fucked up epically.
Well, if you see like these big, massive back arching throws, it's like a panic thing. It's like,
Yeah.
like, oh shit, he's around my back.
Yeah.
Like they're fucking, up.
Yeah.
But then you would also wouldn't be surprised to see like decision, by here all the way through to the finals. Like,
Yeah.
so you have like some monster like Alexander Karelin or something, just throwing everybody, hitting everybody, like just fucking everybody.
Who is literally like that 0.5% above everybody else.
Yeah, and you have like just depending on again just depth of brackets and just who was there that year, like who qualified, all this shit. Like there's all that aspect of it too. But it that hand fighting shit translates to so many things.
Yeah, I mean, so today we taught a class, and one of the primary things we do for our like students as like a rest function is they have to do arm drags. And I've developed some like constraints for them, so it makes it more interesting. So they're doing arm drags while we're doing like individual person drill in the center of the room. So outside like the mat area, because you can arm drag without mats. Like we're not arm dragging to a takedown. We're arm dragging just to get like back control, like arm dragging to get past the elbow, get some kind of like semblance of like back control so they're protected. They can get on their radio if they need to. And eventually it could lead into a takedown, but because we're dealing with a largely untrained group, like I want them to focus on that simple mechanic of like a hand fighting piece that's like super important.
Yeah, and if that becomes, second nature to them, then we can talk about all the things that come from it. But can't get to someone's back, you're never gonna dump.
Yeah, or just
walk up behind them and get lucky.
Yeah, and it's not even like
work. I don't know.
It does from time to time, like because you have
sort of the luxury of having multiple people around.
I was about to say I can split their attention. Like I've
talked to a lot of like corrections officers about that. They're like, yeah, we fight, but I also know that like 5 dudes are gonna come and help me in about 10 seconds.
Yep.
So that is a different mindset too.
Yeah, and we're at a point where it's not always that way because we do have people that are at a location solo.
Oh yeah.
And so like I have to address with them like, hey, you as an individual, like you have to be able to fight alone. You have to be able to understand how to scale and scale down like very rapidly. Yeah, because they're not relying on a response from us. They're relying on a response from another agency, like a police agency. So it's like
that's like
a different thing.
Yeah, like a lot of like officers we worked with, it's like there's potential that there's a unit right around the corner, and then there's potential that there's a unit 20 minutes away.
That's
a huge difference.
I've worked with
and full-on grappling melee with someone, like 20 minutes is a long time. Yeah, it's a pro grappling match. Like,
and that's something that I've worked with people in the past. Like, they were in big counties, and they're like, "Yeah, my backup could be 30 minutes away," and they're like, "So, I talked a lot. They like learn how to talk, like." Or they're like, or I was fighting and retreating and fighting and taking ground and then retreating and then fighting and taking ground and then retreating, like over and over and over again. Like, yeah. Yeah. There was one dude who worked with us, and he had been in the same sheriff's department as somebody else who worked in our PD. And they talked about a call where they were each on the call, but it was like a domestic situation. And they were both there. And they were both fighting separate groups of people on the same call for like 20 minutes, waiting for more people to get there. Nightmare. Like, just dumb. Like, they were both like, it was the dumbest thing ever. Yeah. Like, we'd fight and then stop. And like, both parties would be like,
fuck you up there.
Like, it was like, we're done for now. And then be like, oh, I hate you. And like, like stupid. Like, but like,
But at the same time, what other choice do you have? Like,
Yeah, and they're like in the middle of nowhere. Like it was like a podunk county. They're in the middle of nowhere.
He's like, I ain't going to jail.
Yeah, I'm going to jail.
Fucking jail.
Yeah, like,
That is
and then like the partner's like 35 feet away with the other half of the party. Like, he's going to jail. He ain't going to jail. Like,
you did. Like, all right, get him around the corner.
Yeah.
Then you clunk their heads together.
yeah. And it was one of those things. Like they were both saying like it wasn't deadly. It was just a fight. Like yeah, like it was just stupid. So wild, like to think like.
They're like the cops are coming, get buttered up so they can't grab.
Yeah, like shit in your hand, Sally, and rub it on each other. Yeah, we're gonna give them some reps today. Like,
I'm gonna get him this time. But I mean, Woody Harrelson was arrested in Columbus, Ohio, in the '80s.
yeah,
Wonder what that.
Arrest was like right before Cheers.
yeah,
Still a youngins, but I'd like to talk to that arresting officer. I want to know if he put up a little bit of a fucking.
yeah. Like,
You, dude.
get him with like the little active resistance. And was like,
All right, you got me. You know?
yeah,
Before he like feigned, you know, his
compliance,
client saying, "Turn around, fucking."
fled arrest, or
Yep. Kicked the back of the paddy wagon open and just fucking rolled out. Stormy Daniels was also arrested in Columbus, Ohio.
oh yeah,
I'm trying to think of it. I've looked up celebrities who were arrested in Columbus. Not a ton.
wasn't she arrested like during the time frame when CPD was doing dirty shit with their vice department? Because they don't have that anymore.
I don't know. Yes, yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
So like it's like
it was recent. That wasn't that long ago. Yeah,
recent, but it's also long enough ago. I can't remember
Yeah.
many details about it.
I
Paul Newman was also arrested in Columbus
That's funny.
years ago. Years ago.
That
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got nabbed at one of the strip clubs.
I do remember that. I think it was the one on Cleveland Avenue. The the one that. FYI, folks, if you're not watching this in Columbus, inside Columbus city limits, women are allowed to be topless.
Confessed.
Yeah, I was about to say that was
Not what you think it is.
yeah. If you're playing Confess Bingo, the bad boobs definitely apply.
Don't.
I've never actually been to Confess, but my wife, we used to live a block away from Good Ale, and so she would go. But
It's a great time, all that. A lot of evil hippie behavior that too.
yeah, but inside the Columbus city limits, you are allowed to be topless because it came from Pride, and the women at Pride said, if the men are allowed to be topless, why am I not allowed to be topless? So they won some kind of lawsuit. And so, because of Pride, inside of the Columbus city limits, women are allowed to be topless. However, the strip club that was on Cleveland Avenue, I believe it was Sirens, don't quote me on that, they ran topless car washes in their parking lot, and they caused traffic accidents on Cleveland Avenue. So,
I feel like that's the last place you want to be topless. Cleveland Avenue.
I mean,
Imagine
you're,
strutting down
yeah.
next to the homeless guy. He's just fucking lunges at you. You're like, yo.
This is like just south of 270, so like a little bit nicer area of the Cleveland Avenue. Like we're not talking like all the way down Cleveland Avenue and like, you know, the let's say less gentle areas. There's some. So funny story. Sirens used to be Cheddar's, and they didn't really like change the building, the exterior of the building. So it has like
I've never laid eyes on that. I've seen the other ones. But
I don't know if it's still there.
Okay.
I have no idea. I'm solely speaking on like anecdotal
Right.
stories because my
Never been to
wife
a strip club.
in Columbus. Been to one in rural South Carolina.
really
Yep.
was there a dirt floor.
May as well have been. It was
Yeah.
dark as fuck. So
Don't know.
it reminds me a lot of like the Bucket of Blood bar and from Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay, yeah,
Or the Titty Twister, I mean. That bar.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking bananas. I was there with Chris Miner. It was sick.
Oh, yeah. That had to be a while ago then.
He knows what I'm talking about.
He does.
Listening to this.
Yeah. I asked that question about it being a dirt floor, like ironically, but there were dudes that I was in the Marine Corps with, and they like had like, not that they were like poor, but like in South Carolina, like it's very rural, like dirt roads, like stuff like that. Like
I was drinking as well, so like
Yeah.
very well could have been.
yeah, yeah,
I could disclose some other details that could also corroborate the dirt floor, but it's another day. But yeah. Paul Newman was in like the 40s or 50s.
okay, yeah,
In Columbus. I think. What was he doing? Can't remember. But, yeah, they were all booked and, they have paperwork.
yeah,
No, there's some like celebrity brush ups or like rough time. Like we didn't arrest him, but he was an asshole. Like
Maybe,
people come
yeah.
through Columbus, like celebrities come through.
yeah.
There's some market here for shit. Like people come through here.
I mean,
They go out to dinner and do stuff. So there's no like private sushi restaurants around, so they got to go to fucking whatever downtown.
yeah. I mean, there's Columbus is a hub. Like it's the largest city in Ohio, but also it's the crossroads for travel and like
People don't realize that.
college sports and all that stuff. And we have big arenas, like our college arenas are massive. So
Types of like conferences we have here,
yeah,
industry that we have here that just brings in the amount of people
mm-hmm.
you wouldn't even think about.
Yeah, no. Definitely interesting.
But I would be here. I would like to talk to some of our police friends and be like, "You're fucking rough up a celebrity. Did a celebrity ever pee in the back of your car? Huh? Anybody?
Most of the time, I think like the most interaction they have is like at big shows, like when they're here to like professionally do something, like not take their clothes off at a strip club.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, Stormy Daniels. I'm sure you're a nice lady.
You're our number one listener.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, like you know who we are. I still think it's funny that she paid Trump. That's really funny. Like I don't care what your politics are. If you don't get the joke that a prostitute paid somebody back because they fucked up, that's fucking funny.
That is
like
that's like
Cosmically funny. Like,
yeah, like
is hilarious.
and then her lawyer at the time got completely hosed. Like she hired a bad lawyer. She paid back a client. It was basically like, I said dumb shit. I gotta pay you now.
Wasted a lot of money.
Yeah, like a lot of money. Like that's funny. Anyways, the irony is thick.
But it's fake.
But
Have you ever been arrested? Never been arrested.
you've ever been like, I've been like put in handcuffs and like
Yeah.
courtesy transported. Like,
That doesn't.
like stop fucking doing it. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think. The closest I guess I ever came was like when you were underage drinking.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was gonna say mine were all childhood things, like
stuff that is
yeah.
super real. But like they corralled all the under 21-year-old kids into a bedroom and they're like, the cops are here, fucking shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But there's like 50 kids in a bedroom.
Like 3 more people at the party and they're like
50 drunk kids.
yeah, they're like yeah.
So anyway, people start kicking out the
Oh,
screens
yeah.
and pouring out in the lawn. There's a single floor. It was pouring out in the lawn. 50 kids are spilling out of this window. Everyone's going left. I spill right. And
Yeah.
basically like I'm barreling, tripping out of the window. I fall into a cop. Like, and I was like, oh shit. Like, and I kind of did a little zigzag and got out of there. But I was like, oh. They were not trying to get me. They're just
Yeah. They're like, dude, I don't want to run. Yeah.
And I was like, deer in the headlights. Like,
You're like, huh.
I could just like grab my wrist and be like,
Yeah. All right, fine. You're an authority figure. Yeah.
like double leg. I would do that.
And that's how I got shot.
Yeah, exactly.
No, like not as an adult. Not even like no.
Yeah. It's just
Nothing.
Like stupid underage shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Thank God. I mean, shit. You know?
I was about to say like I don't want any of that.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Big picture, thanks. That's great.
Yeah.
But some people you ask, they're like, "Oh yeah, I was fucking
Yeah, I don't know.
wild card." Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
Wild card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hitting you with a wild card, and you're like, all right.
You're like,
Okay, man.
shit.
You can get away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd it go? I met a few wild cards in that day.
Same. There was
Those are the people that are magnetic for crime. They're like, crime is the secret ingredient. Like, so like, there's some people that it's like, there was this girl that I dated that like,
oh no.
was just ingrained in this person.
Yeah.
Just if there was a petty crime to do, she would do it.
She's like, I'm gonna steal this, and you're like, why?
No, it would be
Yeah.
afterward. She'd be like, I got this. I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, she's like,
So you dated Winona Ryder without dating?
yeah. Yeah, and I was like, so just naive and stupid. But and I'd be like, what the fuck? Like,
Was there like a reason? It was like, did she like need something? Was she like a homeless person? Like,
no, but close enough, I suppose. God. Yeah.
was she?
At a certain point, it was just like kleptomania. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Was it like, was there really like a need, or was she just like,
No,
I'm gonna
at a
steal
certain
this?
point.
yeah, it was just like there was a compulsion. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
yo, what the
You're like-
fuck are you doing? And then I like got upset.
Yeah,
Then she started sneaking it even more. So she started hiding it.
yeah. It's like subversive, and you're like,
I'm like, this is just weirder and darker now.
yeah, you're like, I'm getting a direction. Can you leave?
yeah. Like, this is just so.
Not hot. Like,
Yeah. Like, great, you stole a candy bar again. Fuck off. Like,
Good times. Now I'm marrying the love of my life.
I was gonna say, you've turned the ship around. Yeah.
Cool.
She like that girl offers you something like a candy bar, and you're like, did you fucking steal this? She's like, no. You get halfway through, she's like, I did steal it. And you're like,
Yeah, I know, that's
motherfucker.
for
Like,
real.
yeah.
That'd be the coolest. Like, for real.
She's like, doesn't it taste so much better? You're like, no,
Like, no,
it
I
tastes
hate
like
it.
shit now. Like,
hate it. Like,
I was enjoying it, and then you fucking stole it.
Thought
Like,
you turned over a new leaf.
yeah. And then deep down, you're like, no, it did taste all right. Fuck.
I'm like, it was still good.
It was still good. Fucking bitch. Yeah.
So, stuff like that's fun.
Yeah.
People like that are awesome.
Yeah. Fuck away from us.
Nah, after that, I got way better at, like, insulating my inner circle.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Vetting people. I learned quite a few lessons.
Your friends are like, you bring that fucking thieving bitch around? And you're like, no, man. Like,
no,
I cut that off. Yeah. Like, we're good. We're good.
It was a mistake. It was a mistake.
And then she's like, I'm here. And you're like, oh, shit. No, no.
You got me.
Yeah. Your friend's like, I'm dating her now. You're like, fuck, man. Come on, dude. Like, no,
Like, where's my fucking wallet?
we've been dating the whole time. You're like, fuck. And then she's like, gotcha.
Gotcha, bitch. That was a pretty isolated incident. That was like one of those things like, well, this consumes my life now.
Yeah.
for 8 months straight.
Oh, that's awful.
It was stressful.
That's like fucking babysitting, though.
Yeah.
You're like, are you gonna do something stupid? Do I have to
It's like-
watch you?
What call am I gonna get from which department? Like,
Yeah, like,
yeah. And then, like, do I respond? Do I
Yeah.
pick it up?
can you come get
Right, you
me?
didn't
I'm
pick
in
it up.
jail. Like,
Let you rot.
yeah, you're like, I don't know who this is.
Brig at Target.
She's in Easton jail.
Yeah, I'm like, fucking stay the weekend.
Yeah. You guys hold people over the weekend? Like,
Like, keep her.
yeah. Like, I'm pursuing new avenues. Just,
I don't know what to do. Met some interesting people in the days. Some at the gym, some outside the gym.
yeah, yeah.
Mostly at the gym.
Mostly at the gym. Yeah.
But, and again, like back in the day, like I was just like, everything's new and exciting and blah, I didn't know. Very naive. And then you're like, whoa, that's how real people are?
Whoa.
Whoa. Criminals?
Yeah. You do
Actual degenerates?
you do crime? What?
You do crime for a living?
Yeah, like that's. But you're here, and they're like, yeah, crime though, and you're like, what do you mean?
It's
Yeah.
just they don't catch me. And I'm like, all right.
Oh,
It's like, or they do catch me and they let me go and I do it again.
you're like Bill, the dude we trained with, the cop. He knows,
Yeah.
and he's like, yeah, oh, yeah. He knows. He knows that I do crimes. Yeah. Yeah, he knows that I do a lot of crime. You just can't do anything about it.
Very sneaky.
Yeah. Like, no, it's on a billboard, and he knows. Yeah.
Bad criminal.
He catches me often.
But he lets me go. Yeah.
Great lawyer.
Uh,
I don't know. It seems like some of these guys get out like that. So it's like
yeah.
some of these guys that should be put under the prison are just like out on bail the next week. He's like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, it's Columbus.
where is Columbus?
Columbus.
I saw a Bollywood redo of Batman. It's pretty sick. I have to show it to you. It's pretty jammy.
I need to see that now. Yeah.
It's pretty sweet. He has white knee pads.
White knee pads, like volleyball knee pads.
Yeah, like
Sick.
everything is good.
Is his return good?
Yeah, yeah.
He's like,
But he's got bat wings and white knee pads. He roller skates. It's pretty sick.
he roller skates.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does roller skates have like little bat wings on them and shit?
I have to look again. But that's the type of vigilante justice we need.
Yeah. White knee pads and roller skates.
And it was probably like shot in the 80s. So like,
Oh, okay.
like grainy 80s footage, you know?
That's epic. I wonder if that got copyrighted, like striked. Or you think DC was like, do it?
Part of me thinks like when it's something like that, they're just kind of like, all right.
They're like, the white knee pads actually make it not Batman.
They're like, oh, he has wings.
His
Oh,
wings. Oh. He's Man Bat. Yeah.
different.
What if the title was actually Man Bat instead of not Batman? But they're like, it just looks like Batman.
Yeah.
And they're like, ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
Who did I send that to? Probably Rodney.
That tracks.
Yep.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
See?
Yeah, they're just dancing. He's got white knee pads.
It's fucking sweet.
That's wild.
Yeah, he's got the white knee patch on, bust his ass. He's those.
He does. I feel like maybe that's like, it's a secret. That's why he can dance like that. He can dance Bollywood style because he has protected his knees. Yeah, he's got protected knees. Unlike American Batman, who had to have the brace.
He needed to have a whole animatronic suit.
Yeah.
It fell apart. So.
Yeah.
This guy's tough.
Yeah. Indian Batman cares about his joints.
He also cares about Bob's and Eugene.
Yeah.
Send Bob's.
Send Bob's and Vagine. Show Bob's. Clark Kent, I hate you. Show Bob's and Vagine, Lois. Dude, you're ruining my movie. Dance like Bollywood. Get your white knee pads out of here, man.
Dance like the Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing like Michael Jackson style dancing. Like
They were. Yeah, in that video, they absolutely were.
they're breaking it down.
They were like ripping off Batman and Thriller.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think maybe that helps too. If you make into all sorts of cultural shit, they're like, too many lawsuits.
yeah, they're like,
Zero lawsuits. Fuck this. Too many lawyers.
yeah, Michael Jackson's like, we can't sue them.
He's like, that's
I like them. I like them. Yeah, it's nice. That's real nice. Fuck that, man.
God rest his soul. Yeah, no Kentucky class tonight.
No, yeah. The interwebs are down in that area.
Once they get everything meshed up, it'll be hopefully crystal clear so we can actually see like movements.
Like in real time instead of like a second or two later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they asked to do arm bars again, so we'll
Yeah.
pick up with that.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, I really enjoy teaching on the computer. Like, it's not something I'd want to do exclusively.
No, that would suck. But like,
I do enjoy it a lot. So if you're interested in online classes, hit me up. Me and Tim will help you out.
yes, do it. Their mat's in like literally right there.
Yep, about 10 feet that way.
Yeah. 'Tis the perfect area for online stuff.
Yeah.
No, like we talked about like that came about because of COVID, but like you've like carried it on. Not only like KCC idea with you and Aaron,
Yeah.
but like the class you're doing at G2R. It's definitely like a cool outlet. Like,
Yeah. And it's helped that I've worked with them before.
yeah.
I've worked with them, so I know them generally.
Yeah, you have like an actual rapport with them. It's not just like, we met on a computer. Yeah.
It's like something I have a rapport with, so like that helps a lot.
Yeah.
So there's an element of trust that goes back and forth with that sort of thing. Like online, it's hard to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is definitely something that was like learned in COVID out of necessity, and that's a supplemental thing. That has a lot of potential.
Which is very cool. Yeah.
It's almost like who doesn't train jiu-jitsu online now? Everyone's got their instructional tabs and their favorite instructor and all sorts of shit.
That's for sure. Yeah. Whoa.
So there's quite a market on that.
Yeah.
That's where I think like a lot of the eco versus drilling goes is like is not as much drilling versus guys who sell instructionals who need you to drill. Like
Need you to drill, but like there's nothing wrong with like their instructionals. Like we've talked about that.
I think those have their place too.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I've definitely watched things and then brought it into the gym, fucked it up, kind of like learn from it, learn that my body may not work the same way that theirs does, so I like modify it or ask the question like, hey, I was looking at this, and you're like, okay, do that. Or somebody else is like, yeah, just do that. Like, okay.
Like everyone's situation is so different. Like
yeah.
we have a good community, there's multiple sources of information, there's multiple opinions, and
Yeah.
thought processes and shit. Like it's for the people in rural XYZ or fucking Australia who aren't next to Lachlan Giles and like all the cool Australian guys that are just out in the fucking bush like with a dummy like but at the same time it's like they can train too.
Yeah, what was it? Who I can't remember who was it. Craig Jones talking about? I think he was talking to Lex Freeman about his like training progression, and he was like a purple belt, and then he went to Lachlan School, and it's like he just like trained with other people, and like tested with other people every once in a while, and then like became one of the best grapplers in the world, like basically out of kind of like nowhere, like literally just like yeah, I'm gonna do this. I don't really have a coach. Like
It's like
yeah,
stuff that leads back like Kid Dale.
yeah, yeah.
The original Aussie pro grappler.
And one of the OG eco dudes.
First game
Yeah.
guys, and like kind of like he was truly like anti-drilling. He's like fuck drilling. Like
Yeah. His like opinion of it is like super extreme, just like Greg Souders.
But if you look at their timeline and like how good they got in like short periods of time, it's like I think there's something to it. Like
Yeah, I've watched a lot of Kid Dale stuff too, and he definitely is like, you're gonna put these constraints on this drill, on this like series of movements, and then like do that, and then progress it to here, and
Then
Yeah.
a certain element of see what fucking happens.
yeah, just like figure it out.
Yeah.
Like make your own progress.
Yeah.
So
That's uncomfortable for a lot of people. Like
yeah,
some people want to be spoon fed everything. Like really spoon fed.
yeah,
And it
and well, I think like as a student, like it goes back to being like knowing when you need the spoon feed, like you know when to ask a good question, like which is a skill in and of itself. I know that, but
believe it, years where I was just like pounding on a technique.
yeah,
Maybe I should ask a question about it.
you're like I don't feel like it.
Nah, they don't want
Yeah.
to answer my question.
Well, and then like being older, people ask me questions and I'm like, dude, I don't know. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, I'm like, ask him. Like that dude's the black belt. Like that dude knows. It's like either you or like somebody else in the room. Like, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like I suck at that. Like I don't have a good answer for you. Ask him. And they're like, oh. Or I'm like, I really don't. Like, even if I have an answer, like, I don't know. Like sometimes being like a good partner and being like, I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that's like
I suck at it. I don't know. Like,
that's helpful in a like
yeah.
instructor perspective as well.
Yeah. Like,
There's times and places where I want you guys to work and talk
Yeah.
and figure it out, and there's other times where it's like, just ask me the question. Like, just you're really stuck. Like,
the only time I feel comfortable answering anything is when somebody's like, how did that feel? And I'm like, this is what it felt like. But compared to like a higher belt, it didn't feel the same. Like, you didn't successfully do this well to me. Like, I was able to stop you. And they're like, okay.
and that's just you relaying information.
Yes, that's informational, like peer to peer, or even like belt to belt, like higher belt to lower belt. Like, it doesn't matter because like even as a lower belt, like to like the next belt up or the next belt above that, like I can relay information that may be valuable to them.
Yeah,
Like,
there's that, and then there's also times when white belts just shut up.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like,
No-gi is where that.
did I do that right? No.
Times in no-gi where like catch a white belt like trying to coach a blue belt. And
Yeah.
like, shut up. Like, just like, I get it, best intentions, but roads paved to hell. Like,
Like, why'd you do that? You should do this. I just look at him. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
fuck.
smile and nod.
Yeah, like,
Do what you're gonna do anyway.
yeah, I really don't care. Like, I'm never gonna tell you. I'll just be like, okay,
He was like, nice,
cool,
sick observation.
thanks, man. You should go ask coach about that.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Fuck off. Like,
No.
that's like my polite way of being like, fuck off. You should go ask somebody about that. I don't know.
I don't want to talk to you any further about it.
Sweet.
Like, I think you're fucking wrong. But
There. You doing all right over there? With that?
yeah, my neck is getting fucking tight.
Can hit the iron neck.
That might be what killed me.
Yeah, maybe.
Just get us some heat pad on later. We get a
Yeah. Get that blood back into it.
little bit of floor sleep.
You
That always fixes it.
need to get the Shiki Bouton.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, Japanese futon with tatami mats on a traditional bed frame. Set your spine much better.
Yep.
Been a game changer.
Yeah.
Because you started me on floor sleep, and then I committed to it, and then I didn't go back. I just went deeper into it.
Yeah. You're like, well, check this out.
Yeah. You were like,
like, oh my God.
You were like, you're doing what? And I'm like, I'm sleeping like Japan.
Yeah, sleeping like Japanese.
Yeah. No. These cushy mattresses, man, are killing you.
I think so. If I get into a hotel or something and they have a firm ass mattress, I'm quite happy.
Me too. And even my wife, who loved marshmallowy mattresses, now sleeps on a Japanese style futon with tatami.
Took a little bit of conversion.
Well, she started sleeping on the floor next to me because she didn't want to not sleep next to me.
Yeah.
And she's like, my back feels better. She's like, I fucking hate you. And I was like, yes. Just like the barefoot shoes.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
Get you
Got her.
home.
Yeah.
Barefoot shoes, floor sleep.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
Pretty soon he and I'll just be sitting on the floor like assholes telling you not to buy furniture.
Yeah. Big furniture is going to be pissed.
Yeah. Big furniture, big mattress, big shoe.
We're going to be assassinated by mattress firm.
Yeah.
Heard the JFK files are supposed to be released today.
Today or tomorrow. Today or tomorrow.
What do you think?
Yeah. That's a hard one.
I'm going to say it here now. The driver did it.
He tried. He was like, gotcha, bitch.
Just wait. I'm saying.
I don't know, man. I know there's been strong, like, I'm a little bit older than you. I've heard mafia. I've heard all that stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, I think it was retribution for the Bay of Pigs.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah. Even if it was just Oswald, I think Oswald was a fucking, like, a pawn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't think he was like, I hate JFK.
Yeah.
Like, I think he was like, I will kill JFK. Must
Perfect, get out
kill.
there.
Yeah, must
Get in the
kill.
fucking window.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simon, we'll see. I'm saying.
We'll see. Who do you think did MLK?
I don't know. I haven't dug in as far to that one.
Like that was a little J. Edgar Hoover
Potentially.
sitting there in a dress.
Maybe.
Like, I don't like black people in my dress.
Personally, between those two.
Yeah.
A lot of really weird phone calls.
Yeah.
I have not dug into that one. So far. JFK I dug into a little bit.
Well, and there's been so much over the years about it. Like, it's gonna be. I'm glad they're finally like gonna release. Hopefully, it's complete.
I was gonna say like it's just gonna be black bars. It's gonna be redacted. And they're like, no redactions. This.
So I guess there's like
Redacted.
80,000 pages, and from what I'm,
Info for something, or you have to fucking punch it away.
yeah, maybe like.
That's probably the other part of it. It's like here's so much information that no one's gonna.
Would it be funny if it was like all black bars and they're just like Oswald did it? Gotcha.
Or it's like,
And it wasn't the CIA.
gonna
This
say,
is
I was
this
like-
published by the CIA.
yeah.
It was like,
Damn it.
We didn't do it. Yeah. If there's any CIA operatives, please don't kill us. No.
I think they're too stupid.
Yeah, they're just like, fuck these dudes. Yeah, they're like, we don't care about you guys at all.
Like you guys are right. Like no one's listening. So shut the fuck up.
They're like, actually, you're influenced by our propaganda to be mindless dickheads on the internet. They're like, this is actually one of our big goals.
Like actually, you're
Part of the
Yeah.
propaganda.
just by putting out
Yeah.
content. You're part of the system. So thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Fuck.
Yeah. Ah, man.
Got us still.
Fuck. The psyop
You guys are
worked.
good. You guys CIA.
They're like,
guys are good.
even though you guys really don't do drugs, like we've been dosing you with acid, and we're like, what? Like most of
knew
it's, you're just hallucinating most of the time. Like, don't I have a job? They're like, nah.
You're sitting on a street.
Yeah. We're gonna wake up like, yeah.
Honestly, like a
Fear of mine. Like,
Yeah.
Get MK Ultra and just get fucking dumped out. And just like, oh fuck.
You wake up in prison, they're like, wow, you're Charles Manson. What? What?
you guys are good.
Yeah. Wow. You've taken this to
probably
a
just be
whole new
impressed.
level. Yeah, it'd be
For
like,
like 2 years.
yeah. They're like, you're gonna go back under acid. Oh shit.
That dude.
You're like, I do jujitsu. They're like, yeah, okay, Neo, I know kung fu. Like,
And I was like,
I'll go back to my cell.
you're like, fuck. They're like, unplug you from the matrix there, bitch. Huh? How does that feel? Like, this is Bob. This is Bob. We've been fucking with you for 25 years. Yeah.
like this is
What am I on the
basically
Truman Show? You like,
Truman
don't you
Show.
wish it was that cool?
Yeah.
It's just acid.
Yeah. You've just been fucking with you. That's a
Yeah, we've just been fucking with you for 25 years. No, don't worry about it. Yeah.
recording it.
Yeah.
No one's watching. So that could be everyone's lives.
Joe Rogan's like, it's a simulation. It's probably just an acid trip, man. Come on. Yeah.
It's fine if it is. It's just like a dose or something. It's like, make me see weirder shit.
Yeah, they're like, you're going to see aliens now. All right, fine.
That is kind of the way it happens, though. They're like,
Yeah.
you guys are going to start seeing some shit in the sky. We know about it.
Don't worry
But
about
we
it.
don't know about it.
Yeah, we don't.
Not allowed to ask questions.
Yeah.
Got any questions?
Any questions?
Call everyone but us.
Yeah.
We're not picking
Email your congressman. Don't worry about it.
They're in on it.
They'll totally get back to you. Yeah.
They're in on it. So. Those drones lighting the night sky.
Yeah. I've been listening to David McCullough's Teddy Roosevelt book, which is like about Teddy Roosevelt's like his family and like early life.
I read something similar.
Yeah. It's like David McCullough does like a good like job of like telling it like in a narrative form. So like for idiots like me, it's like a little bit more like inviting. Some of the like I read it before a long time ago, and then I listen to a lot of books on tape because reading takes up so much time. So like when I'm getting ready in the morning, like I usually like listen to a book on tape. I listen to About Face once a year, usually, which is long, but it puts a lot of shit into perspective. But this one I like have gone back to, and they're talking about his family. Like his dad was super interesting, like very much so into like one of his sisters was like had like a really rare spinal condition and stuff like that. But he went by like TD before he went by Teddy because his dad was Theodore as well. Yeah. So just super interesting. Like I haven't gotten back all the way into it. But one of the more, we've talked about Teddy Roosevelt a lot on on our show.
Yeah, man.
It's just interesting. Like,
He is interesting.
yeah.
I mean, I find a lot of like political reading boring, but even like the political shit he did was pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Ranked logs. Like I read. He's at Sasquatch Encounter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, he did, didn't he?
He had a funky encounter. Like I read a few papers and things like that, but it was fascinating.
Yeah.
My grandfather was pretty fascinated with him too.
It's just like, I mean, he was a tough dude for somebody who was like stunted as a child.
Yeah, he was sick.
Yeah, he was like sickly, like very asthmatic.
Supposed to die. Like, really.
Yeah, he was. They would like to deal with his asthma. He would like be taken outside and like shocked from the cold. Like asthmatic sucks. Yeah, like well, they were trying to just like breathe. Yeah. I guess one of the things that the old timey doctors and this is actually like works. They would tell him to like inhale like cigar smoke, which seems counterintuitive, but it does actually like open your bronchioles up. So like they would like have him smoke cigars as like a young child and stuff. He's like,
Old time medicine is
Yeah.
the best.
I mean, they're
Like do cocaine about it. They'll get the ghosts out of your blood.
yeah,
Like
they're gonna bleed you, and then you might be delirious, and then do some cocaine.
and figure it out.
What?
Laudanum and
Yeah, yeah, like
but no, like yeah, like he's heavily asthmatic and like that's where he gained his affinity for the outdoors. Just
Walking.
yeah,
he was like sick all the time. He's like, fuck this, I need to do shit. Right?
yeah.
Start walking, hiking.
And then he would fuck something up and go to Montana. Yeah,
Hunt stuff for a long time.
yeah, for real.
Hunt everything.
Yes,
And moved.
yeah. Definitely an interesting like, and then the whole like way that the teddy bear came about. So he went to like on a tour somewhere, and they knew he was a hunter, and they had chained up a bear And the bear was like emaciated, and he was just like so upset that they would do this because he was like a true hunter. Yeah. And so he made him free the bear, and like a journalist wrote a story about it, and they like made a teddy bear because he was like soft or whatever. Like that's not being soft. That's just being like truly compassionate. Yeah. So, but yeah, like
true conservationist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which he definitely was, because he conserved. I mean, we have national parks because of him.
Yeah.
Like
T-Rex doesn't want to be fed; it wants to hunt.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like.
Yeah, very interesting dude.
Got to get a picture of him up.
Yeah, we should. Right next to whoever that is. Can't remember now.
Yes.
Geronimo.
Red Ranger.
Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah, we should get a TR picture up.
For sure.
Be sick.
I have a sick Hercules picture painting thing.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
I don't think I have any teddy bear art.
I don't think so either. I don't even know if we have a teddy bear in our house right now.
I got one from the chili cook-off that I won.
Oh, the most recent one?
Yeah. It's great. It's nice.
Nice.
Good bear. Good bear.
It's a good bear.
Good support for the neck. I sleep with like 900 stuffed animals because they're the perfect. I can customize them to fit at where my pain is.
Yeah, you're like...
They can squish and like...
Yeah.
Arms can stick up. Look into some stuffed animals if you're in pain.
A hod mattress and stuffed animals.
Sleep on the floor and then get stuffed animals.
That makes sense though. Like they're little like micro pillows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Highly adjustable. Squishmallows are my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah. We do have some squishmallows around. We have the big ones though, like with like Baby Yoda or Grogu or whatever the fuck that thing is. Our dog sleeps on that, one of them.
I have the bone pillow. Pillow shaped like a bone.
Yeah.
I have a dog squishmallow that's basically the same shape, so I layer those.
Yeah.
Then I have a regular pillow that I use for my back and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I have the bear that goes, he's a free floater. The bear can go
anywhere. Yeah.
places, depending on what's in pain that day. Because it's just a matter of what. Today, the bear will take care of my neck.
I was about to say, the bear is going to hit your neck for sure.
Shih-Tzu is awesome.
Yes.
Awesome for your neck.
Don't be weak. Just do it.
Protect your neck.
Protect your neck. All right.
I'm out of tea.
Yeah. See you guys.